All right. Okay. While we're waiting, I'm waiting to get a signal, but let's discuss why we're waiting to get a signal. Please drop your location, drop where you're hearing me from, and then work on it. Okay. All right. Now, this is what I have to say. Very important. Okay. Now, take charge of your life. That's what we want to discuss today. Take charge of your life. Now, before when you talk about this topic, this is about we want to discuss chapter 2 of this book, Go. So now when we are discussing chapter 2 of this book, we discussed chapter 1 already, we said your potential. Now, yesterday was so powerful because you need to understand that you have unlimited potential and you can do a lot in it without you thinking about negativity, without thinking about that what the rich people think about the successful people and those who are not successful. And then ignore all those challenges and focus on your goal, what you'll achieve, and lots more. If you've not listened to that thing, it is just check after today's class, go through yesterday's class. It's important to read every day. This program is to prepare you that, oh, since you don't have the time to read, you can just be playing your message and discover that, okay, when you go through it every day, you have finished a page, a chapter of a book every day. And then we're going to run through these chapters and we're dealing on chapter 2 today. All right. And then there's something very important. Before you go out every morning, make sure you take a dose. Now, the reason why we're saying take a dose is because it is good to have the right word. Now, let me explain to you. Having a right word is when you take a right word into yourself. Now, it will not affect your day because you have shielded yourself with the right word. But when you have a negative word, when you're taking a negative word first, before going out, before taking your day, it affects your day and it limits your growth. Now, when you try this for 1 month, you start seeing the development of yourself. You start seeing growth. If you do not see growth, call me a scam. This is very important because I discovered that when my day is set and I've taken the right dose, I win throughout. So you must discipline, if you really want to grow, you must discipline yourself to take the right growth. Like I said, drop a comment if you're coming in, and then let's dive into this. Now, it is important to take the right dose. That is why this program is for you every morning. To take the right dose before going out, to shield yourself and plan yourself. Like yesterday when we were discussing and we said, 2 days ago, we said, if you cannot save, you do not belong to those that are going to be wealthy in life. So if you cannot save, if you don't have the life of savings, you do not belong to the wealthy class. No matter how much you earn, you must learn to have a savings. All right. In respect to this, remember, like I said, drop in comments. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to. Uh, where are you watching from? You're supporting the program. Drop your comments. Subscribe to the channel. So and then also click on your notification sign so that you should be notified while you're watching. It's very important. And then get the point. Now today we are talking about take charge of your life, chapter 2. So we're going to be discussing this now. Okay. Trying to get the link. Someone is requesting for the link, and I'm trying to see how to say it basic. Okay. Taking charge of your life is is an interesting one. Is an interesting one. Okay. When you take charge of your life, that's when your wealth start counting. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm coming. Trying to copy the link so I can share. Okay. I thought I had this. I thought I had this. I thought. Okay, I'm trying to share the link. You can also share the link, comment, drop your comment, and so on. Share the link and then let's have fun. Okay. All right. While I'm working on this, let's just discuss because of time now. Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay. Okay. While we discuss about take charge of your life, um, let's have fun. I think I should just get straight to the point. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's have fun while we're doing it. Okay. I think I'm true. All right. Take charge of your life. Good. Sorry for the delay. Just need to share for the people. So drop a comment like I said. If you're following, support, subscribe to the channel. It's a means of supporting. It's a means of encouraging us to do more and then give value. Now, because I was told that you attract what you give. This helps me to grow. These are the parts where you can support me. Drop your comment, subscribe as well. It helps us, it encourages us, and then we push. But this is what I enjoy doing, the value that I'm giving to make people discover that they could make money for themselves, they could grow financial well. This is what gives me joy when I see people around me succeeding, growing well. Let's discuss about it. Take charge of your life. You are in charge of your life. That is what it's trying to say in 22. You know, you are in charge of your life. You are in control of your life. Nobody is controlling your life. You are in charge. You control your life. Okay, okay, all right. So you control your life. You are in charge of it. No one is in control. You are in control of your life. Are we together? Now watch it. Then you ask yourself, how can you control your life? That's what we want to discuss today. And I'm going to be telling you the stories of what he said in this book in chapter 2. He said he was in a room, and in this room, that was what he could afford, and he does not have much money. but that is what he could afford. And then he said, um, every night it was cold. The place was so cold that he could have gone to a place where it's going to be warm and then pay. But because of the amount he had, he can't go there. So now the amount is limiting him from going to a place where he would have feel warm and talk to people because the place was too cold. So what he needed to do was just to stay in the house, and then he entered his kitchen. He said one day he was in his kitchen, and then he said he's in charge of his life. The moment you start thinking like that, you start taking responsibility. He said that moment he discovered that at that moment he will either choose to be rich, I'm summarizing it, or choose to be poor. That everything is the one to decide it. The moment you start taking responsibility of this kind of thinking, you can never be poor. The moment you start thinking this way, you can never be poor. That is the truth. So the moment you start taking the responsibility, said it changed my life. I suddenly realized that everything that would happen to me for the rest of my life was going to be up to me. No one else was ever going to help me. No one was coming to rescue me. If you're waiting for friends to rescue you, if you're waiting for anybody to rescue you, that will limit your level of growth. Your wealth and your growth is being determined by you and not the people. Not the people. It is being determined by you. So that's why I say take charge of your life. That's chapter 2. Once you know how to read, once you discipline yourself that you're going to be reading, you will start seeing the level of your growth. Please note down the things I'm talking about. That is why I said it's important to read. And this is why the program is here, so that if you cannot read, because people like also don't like reading, you start listening to the message. Before you know what happened, you have finished the book. Because when you're listening, you are attracting the faith, the energy to grow. Then there's a story he's talking about here. And then once you take charge, he was not giving us some stories. Those are the stories I'm going to be letting you know. And then things to do in taking charge of your life. Then he told us a story. He said, the great discovery, number one, the great discovery. He said, he discovered that everything was up to him. He said, the moment I discovered that everything was up to me, okay, I had to be fast because of time. He said, the moment I discovered that everything was up to me, I started taking charge of my life. He said, that moment, he stopped blaming people. So in your own situation, in your life, are you still blaming people? Or you want to take charge? That you need to ask that question. See, let me give you an example. This happened to me. I was depending on my uncle that was so rich. I was depending on when I'm through from school, he's gonna give me job because he had that connection. I was depending on family because I can't. Oh no, definitely my family or friends, they're gonna help me. And that's limited my success. I'm telling you. The moment you place your focus on human, you will never grow. Because your priority is that your fellow man or woman will help you. Bringing your success to a being. And the history of life says that your greatest enemy is yourself. And the world is wicked. The nature of a man is wicked and do not want you to be successful because they want you to be under them. So the moment you take, that is why It is few people that take charge of their life. So the moment you take charge of your life, that is the beginning of your growth. But it's not easy to take charge of your life. But this is where discipline comes into play. This is what he's trying to say here. The great discovery. He said, everything was up to me. He said, you take the giant step from childhood to adulthood. Stop blame and still stop blaming people. I'm just trying to summarize it. Then the next one is your worst enemy. In taking charge of your life, what is your worst enemy? Let's discuss it because of time. One of the worst enemy is negative thought. You know, negative thought flies more than the positive thought. But when you discipline yourself, you start seeing that negative thoughts becomes more than the positive thought thinking. Now let's discuss about it. Whatever you think today, look at where you are today. This where every aspect of what came through your mind, your thinking. So sometimes when a negative thought is all over you, you fight it, you refuse it, you speak it out. The channel of wealth is what you talk about. It is not braggadocious. It is who you are. It is your identity. It is you. You really want to grow. Like I said, drop a comment if you're following. Subscribe to the channel. This is a way of supporting me. It is a way of encouraging us to fulfill purpose. Subscribe to the channel, help the channel to grow so that we could reach other people. Drop your comment as well if you're getting the value. We are discussing chapter 2 of Goal. Now, like I said, it's important to read that every reader is a leader. And if you really want to grow, why are we reading? What is the reason why you read? One of the reasons is because when you read, you tap the idea of the writer. And now, there are a lot of ideas in this book. What happened? You are not tapping the ideas because ideas rule the world. And this means there is something that is happening to you. There's a change coming. So the moment you tap, that's why every successful man you see today, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, they will always tell you, read your book, read. They will tell you, try and read a chapter, a page in a day. Try as much as you can. And then we'll make this program easy for you, where you can be reading one chapter, at least one chapter every day. And then when you're reading one chapter every day, the more you're listening to me now, you're reading the book already. And then you are taking a dose for the day before going out, before doing anything. Now, when you build this thing, when you build yourself, you will grow heavily. Then let's talk about your worst enemy. Talking about negative thoughts. Negative thought is what kills dream. Is what kills belief. Keep dropping your comments, drop your location, subscribe to the channel as we continue. Negative thought, that's your worst enemy. It kills your body system. Like I explained 2 days ago, I said, when a doctor tells you you are not okay, make mistake, and the doctor say you're not okay, you're feeling the symptom of this or this. And then the moment you accept that message, because he is the doctor and his profession is telling you based on his profession what he has studied, then what happened? The moment you accept that message, your body symptom, everything start working towards what is said. You start becoming weak and thinking, and then that message start affecting you. You start working, feeling that symptom because you have accepted it. And the moment doctor tells you in the next few days, and the doctor says, sorry, there was a mistake, you are fine. The moment he says you are fine, you start seeing new energy rising and the symptoms start going out. What happened? It is what you are taking in. The moment you take poor thinking, blaming people, always think negative that this cannot work, this can't work, you complaining. There is no way to success in your life. So one of the things to do is to kill the negativity. Mm. Are we together? Are you following this message? So the key word is to kill that negativity and focus on the right word. Tell yourself, sometimes you call your name because your name boosts your confidence. I tell myself, I'm Engineer P.A.J. This is what I was born for. I'm rich. I'm not the poor discovering. I'm not the poor trying to be rich. No, I'm the rich discovering my identity. You call your name, you hit your chest. Even when the negative thinking is coming, the more you talk it out, the boldness is coming. There's a new energy that rise. Then the next thing is, what do I want to do today? Then you write it down. Goals. Then we were discussing about goals. The moment you take charge of your life, the moment the goal, the spirit of the goal start coming. You write down the things you want to do. That's the goal. Now, taking charge of your life is the goal we're discussing. We discussed yesterday that if you really want to be successful, you must have a goal. You must write it down. Because a woman who does not have a goal or something that they're working towards, there is no goal at all. You are working towards your grief. I said it. Because there is nothing you're working towards, you're not learning anything, you're not working towards anything, then you are dying. When you're done with the goal, the next thing is, what is the next phase? Because you want to challenge so that you can live long. I'm telling you. These are very important in achieving goals. Let's discuss this. Then your worst enemy, like I said, is negative thought. It's a negative emotion of fear, self-pity, envy, jealous, feeling of inferiority, and come on, let's discuss this a little bit before I just jump into the next one. I don't go to a place where I'm not respected. Any place where you will look down on me because I want to please you, I won't go. Because it brings down your self-confidence. And in the spirit realm, you are not growing, it's killing you. So if I'm not respected in a program, I don't care what it is, I won't go. Even if I'm trying to create relationship with you, listen, do not force a relationship. Allow it to grow. The moment you are growing, you will attract everyone to you. That's the truth. The moment you are growing, listen, hear me. The rich do not want to invest. Like I said yesterday, the rich do not want to invest where they will not profit. Nobody wants to invest where they will not make profit. It means once you invest in yourself, stop thinking negative. Then watch the level of your growth and the people you will attract. Even that one you're trying to be close to will seek for you because the energy is rising. Don't depend on man because man can't change your world. It is your development, it's your building that will change your world and attract men to support you. Be stubborn in this, be rugged in this, in your life. That is why I say take charge of your life. That is today's topic. Are you following? Please drop your comment where you follow. Like I said, subscribe to it. All right. So that is what is it? That is your worst enemy, your negative thinking. Okay. Then after that, I said stop justifying. You know, when you talk about stop justifying, let me just summarize it for you. We are on Go by Brian Tracy. Okay. All right. This is chapter 2. This is why angry people are continually explaining and elaborating the reason for their negative feeling. However, if you cannot justify your negativity, you cannot be angry. If you cannot justify your negativity, you cannot be angry. Now, why am I angry? You don't know. Uh, let me not mention genders so that you not say I'm biased. You know, there are some genders that mood swing. You know what I'm talking about, you know. Then you like, why you having a mood swing? Just all of a sudden, everybody's quiet, and then you have to give them space. But you need to discipline that kind of lifestyle because the moment if you cannot justify it, the moment you cannot justify being angry, the moment you are always happy. So what happened? You kill the negative. Stop justifying. Stop complaining. Stop asking, looking for a means of being angry. Now, let me read through a little. For example, a person is laid off from a job due to a change in the economy and declining sales in the company. However, the individual is angry with his boss for what? For the decision and justification is anger by describing all the reasons why it's being laid off. Now, let me summarize this for you so that you understand. I've read it already. It's saying, just imagine an example of you are working and then you're being laid off. And then when you're laid off, you're angry. And when you lay me off, I've worked for it, I've done this, you're going to court. And you're trying to go to court, you're complaining and you explain because you needed the money. The rich always say, what is the next plan? What is the next line of action? The more you complain, the more it's affecting, the more your time is going. And your time is going, it's affecting you. So what do you do according to what Brian Tracy is telling us here? He said you remain focused. The next thing is what is next? Instead of complaining and telling everybody, trying to explain that you're not guilty and so on, is that helping you? And the people you are complaining this to will not help you. They will only mourn with you. And time is going. At that moment, the symptom, your energy, ideas will not come. The power to grow, the creativity will not come. Because why? You are still lamenting. You are still justifying why you are being laid off. And the moment you are justifying why you are being laid off, there is no growth. There is no growth. Please write down why I'm talking about it. But okay, this is then the next is refuse to be rationalized and make excuse. Okay, when you're taking charge of your life, I said he was not saying a great discovery, talking about a story, how you discover yourself, everything was up to him, like I said. Then your worst enemy, you know, being negative, talking negative about it. Then the third one is refuse to rationalize and make excuse. Now, rationalize, yeah, he's talking about, and what he said here, he's talking about um, justifying your excuse. Now, you are blaming, what's the right word to use here? When you do not take responsibility. Now, when you have an excuse to be right, instead of saying, I am responsible for this, I'm the reason for this, I take responsibility and I want to correct it. No, you are now saying, I am not guilty because it is this and it is this. Now, you are not, and when you explain it, actually, you are correct. But inside you, you know you are not correct because you are not taking the responsibility. You are giving the excuses, you are rationalizing the idea and shifting the blame to something else, not taking responsibility of it. The moment you take a step to take responsibility for your life, you start seeing that all these excuses will start fading off. And then you start seeing a new growth in your life. Hear me. You want to grow heavily. You must understand this principle. And then when you write this thing, now tell yourself, I am responsible where I am today. The level of the income I am earning now is because I am responsible. I was studying yesterday about the the psychology of income, the psychology of wealth, the psychology of result. And in that study, it was not telling me that. It was not telling me about don't blame people for their action because you are not there yet. He said the reason is because why is this person smoking? Why is this person drinking? Why is this person spending money anyhow? And he does not have that level of money. He said the moment you start justifying people by their action, your level of growth, watch it out. Now, there's something I want to explain to you because he said he's talking about people is where wealth is in that psychology, trying to tell you there's a reason why this person is acting like this. And at when you look towards that angle, you start loving everyone and then you don't depend on anyone. And then once the love is real, you start seeing attractions from men. When you develop yourself and you invest in yourself, men, you are attracted to men. Men will come to you, and your level of income and life, everything will change. I'm telling you. But when the moment you start depending on man or you want to favor man, that is when your level of growth, everything start diminishing. It is wrong. Understand your level of income is powerful. Is powerful. Please, like I said, drop your comment, subscribe to this channel. It will help you to support us in this channel. And also, we are trying to build the page, and not only that, but we want to give the value so that people can understand what to do, and then they will start doing it. And then take drop. Is it like take a dose? Shield yourself for your wealth. Focus. Shield what you listen to, because what you listen to will grow you. I discovered that where I am today was because of what I listened to. The kind of money I made today was because of the things I listened to. Just imagine I was stubborn and I didn't listen to that woman. And it was my neighbor. She just said, "Anything, let's go." It's like, let me just respect this woman so that it won't look as if I'm proving stubborn. And I just went to listen to just a class. That moment, my life changed. That was the concept I had. Now I had to become a CEO. I'm coming there, taking charge of your life. Some people are scared of being a CEO. You're scared of being at the top. You want to be controlled. You want to be helped. You want to just keep. I'm coming there. You know, but you see those CEO, they take responsibility. Their pain is much, and they bear it. And that is why you respect them today. You can be that heavy CEO when you have a vision. But we're going to discuss that. That refuse to be rationalized and make excuse. I hope you understand that, right? Okay, then the next one is rise above the opinion of others. Rise above the opinion of others. Okay, wow, I have to rush this. I have to be fast. Okay, because we're just dealing on chapter 1. Rise above the opinion of others. When you allow the opinions of others define you, you will never be successful. Now, let me explain it to you. People say, what will people say? What will people think about? You are living your life for people. You won't be able to save. All your money will always go for pressure, for family, for things, not to develop you because of what people say. And then ask yourself, what people say Has it really developed you? Or you're just fighting not? I know that every man's life, every nature of a man is not to be humiliated, not to be insulted. Nature of a man, they want to be respected. But the moment you stop thinking of what the opinion of others, then you start taking charge of your life. This is where your growth is. Because the chapter 2 is saying about take charge of your life. The question is, are you taking charge of your life? Or you are allowing the opinion of others to affect the growth of your life? So these are things you need to see. Then he said, let me just read one. Say, okay, let me just read this. Okay. They have little sense of personal value or self-worth apart from the opinion of others. So you don't have your own apart from the opinion. And then if those opinions are negative, any for any reason, real or imagined, the victim immediately experiences anger, embarrassment, shame, feelings of inferiority, and even depression, self-pity, and despair. This example this explains why psychologists say that almost everything we do is to earn the respect of others, or at least do avoid losing their respect. Are you seeing it? So the opinion of others affecting you, making you to think negative, and the rest, even when they imagine it. Oh, I heard somebody said this about you. Oh God, that's spoil your mood. Do you know what happened? It has affected the whole day. Now you won't think success anymore. You won't think of your business how to win big. You start thinking of how to correct that impression. Oh, after everything I've done, these are stupid thinking, stupid. In fact, man, okay, I don't want to say the wrong word, okay, but it's uncalled for. So, but if you really want to be rich and successful in life, first, every respect any man that do not think the opinion of others, that is not affected by the opinions of others. See, but the moment you become that kind of channel, watch your life and destiny in a 1 month. I'm not saying 6 months. I'm saying 1 month. You will see your growth. It is because we depend on man. That is why we're being insulted. I'm telling you. The decision of wealth is in you. You see, people around me, the reason why they respect me is because they know I'm stubborn. And they definitely know that this person is going to be so rich. They know. See, I don't need to tell you my identity. When you see me, you know my identity. Because this is what if I take me to the forest, I would still grow. Just give me time. This is the mentality of the rich. The mentality of the rich always positive. And if you can have this positive mindset, you will definitely grow. I'm telling you, you become unstoppable because you are now, the boldness is much. You don't think about what people are thinking about you. The opinion of others does not count, it does not add a cubit to your statue. Then you start writing down the things you will do and tell yourself, I will have, if I have it, that's the art. Start telling yourself, I'm going to do this, I will do this. Be stubborn to the goal. Be motivated to the goal. I'm telling you. You see that thing that project that you say you're always looking at that is much until I have the complete money. No. Start it now. What are the things to do to start it first? Start it. The project does not require money. The project requires you talking first. The project require getting the people to, okay, money is coming. Okay, I need money for this. Okay, fine. Since the money will come, but let me start something. The communication, the time, not the opinion of others. Please drop your comments, drop your location. Let's know those who are following. Drop your location, drop your comments. Let's go with it. Because of time, I have to rush this. Realize that no one else is responsible. The fourth cause of negative emotion And the worst of all is blaming people, you know. And when I draw the negative emotion trees, okay, then I want to summarize it to you. Now, like I said, when you say take charge of your life, he said you are in control of your life. He was not telling himself that he was in control. The story I told you, he was in control of his life. Now, when you're in control of your life, you take charge of your life. Then he was not talking about the great discovery. I told you about the story of everything that it was until he took charge of his life. He had to step up, not depending on man. Then he also talked about your worst enemy. Okay, a recap. Then refuse to rationalize and make excuses. Then rise above the opinion of others. Then the next one is realize that no one else is responsible. Where you are today, don't blame your father, don't blame your mother, don't blame your uncle, don't blame your friends, don't blame the job you work, whatsoever. No one is responsible. You are responsible. Where you are today is because of what you have done, what you thought, what you feel, the energy you have put. You're depending on man because you're depending on this. You did not put much energy to get to where you're supposed to be. It is you. Say, tell yourself, I am responsible. And then sometimes, once you accept this responsibility, you will grow. It ends the negative. Then you start moving, instead of wasting time thinking the negativity and so on, you start saying, okay, what next will I do? The moment the responsibility is on you, when you take charge, you won't see negative. There will be no much time again to start thinking negativity. It is past. When if you see all these successful men, you look at what they think. The next thing is, okay, what is the next line of action? I'm tired of this. Okay, it has happened. What next? What next is what happens? What next is the project? Okay, all right. Oh, okay. Are you following? All right, let's have fun because of time. I really want to hear this. So realize that no one else is responsible. So you are responsible for the success of your life. All right, so that is it. So once you have this IQ, this mindset, you start taking charge of your life. Remember, we're discussing goal. Remember, we're discussing this book, and we're talking about chapter 2 of it. It means you have read chapter 2 of this book. Every day you're reading one chapter every day, you start seeing your growth. You start seeing how you can save money, how you can invest money, how you can understand what to do, how you start seeing your growth, only you start seeing your investment, and then you start becoming heartless and focused in your life. Remember, I was talking about a man. He said, because I have kids does not mean that my vision dies and I'll leave every vision for my children. No, you're supposed to go to school, you want to do this, you want to do this because you have kids, so you leave all the money and serve the children's need. Listen, remember that when they grow, they will depart and they'll start building a life, and their wife and their so becomes more important to them more than you, and then you did not actually build your life. See, it is the nature of man. When you study the history of man, you discover that man came from just one source and it started developing. That's why when you see China, you see their face and everything. They have one look. When you look at Africa, you see that they have one look and this. What happened? They are all coming from one offspring, but as they are spreading is increasing. Hear me. There's a vision you came to sow. There's a vision. I want to explain this well for you. Every man is responsible for the destiny and identity of their life. Once you start giving excuse of your life, you are killing the growth of your life. I'm telling you. And once you understand not to think about what people say, you start taking responsibility of your life and you start seeing things being in place. You will no longer be put on a pressure anymore for liability. Rather, you are on a pressure to achieve goal to help the people around you. That's the truth. You see, this emotion of a thing, it kills. It makes you not achieve your goal. And no matter how much you help the people, they will still blame you the day you did not help. So first is to build yourself and develop yourself. It is not greed, it's a personal development that can help you help the others. Because of time, I have to be fast about it. Then the next one says, take responsibility. Responsibility is the antidote. Now let me just read just a short one for you. It is only when you free yourself from negative emotions by taking complete responsibility that you can begin to set and achieve goals in every area of your life. This means it is only when you take responsibility, when you free yourself from negative emotion, that's only when you will take responsibility. So free yourself from negative emotions, free yourself from it, and focus on the result. I feel people are going to be seeing results henceforth, man, because this is great. I hope you're writing down. I hope you're following. Okay. So take responsibility. Responsibility is the antidote of the results you seek for. You want to take charge, you want to be in charge of your life, you must learn to take responsibility. When you are doing business, you let the client know, I am the reason, I am responsible. See, don't be afraid. Because you do not want to take responsibility, you do not want to take the blame, you don't want to take the work. Sometimes you see errors. Responsibility makes you be in charge. And then it's not easy to face the challenge, but it will help you to grow. And then you start discovering that, oh, you're becoming better than everybody in the office, everybody around you. But you won't know. But you see that moment that you want to give excuse. You want to rationalize, you want to shift the blame to justify something. Oh, my family will always say to me, leave him, we're used to him. That's his lifestyle. My own family, I'm telling you lie. Because they know that this is my style. You don't put me under pressure. I decide the pressure I want. I want the pressure to win, to help more. You don't put me under pressure. When you learn this, you start seeing your growth. You start seeing it. Before you know, in 1 month, you start seeing what you are. You start seeing yourself. You start loving yourself. The moment you start loving yourself, you start seeing growth. But the moment you keep complaining, you will not see growth. See, you will see growth in your life the moment you love yourself. The moment you start choosing to develop yourself more and then give value to people, you start seeing growth. The system you are, I'm coming to that. Okay, let's stop blaming others. That's what he's saying. I think I'm just hitting everybody, everything. Stop blaming others. Like I said, stop blaming others means take responsibility for yourself. Stop feeling inferior. Okay, let me just read just it said, from now on, from now on, refuse to blame anybody for anything. It's Brian Tracy that is saying this one. I'm not the one saying it. Past, present, or future. Refuse to blame anybody. Okay. Then say Robert said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. So if anyone is making you feel inferior, you are the one accepting it, just like the way you accept. When a doctor says you're not feeling fine and you accept it, that you see there's something wrong with the system. The moment you accept it, the symptoms start working. But the moment you tell yourself, this is the reason why we go to church and then the faith and the pastor will start telling you, it is mindset. That's the truth. It's just mindset. They work on your mindset. So when they tell you something, your mindset is just working on it and it start affecting you. So it's everything is you're the one to accept it or not. No. So that will stop blaming others. That's what he's trying to say. They say from this point forward, refuse to make excuses or justify your behavior. So he said, refuse to make excuses or to justify your behavior. Are we together? That is, stop blaming others. Because of time, I have to rush this. Okay? Mm. Control your emotion. To control your emotion. If you can control your emotion, it's not easy to control your emotion because uh, when you have not when you have not gotten to this stage, negative thoughts work more than positive thinking because the world is full of negativity, full of complaints, full of wrong things. So it's more. But if you can discipline yourself to control it, there was a time I was feeling pain in my chest. I was afraid. I was like, God, I was afraid of death. I was afraid because I feel pain in my chest. So I went to the hospital, they will check, they will say nothing, but I'm feeling pain. But that feeling, I would go to the hospital, I would do many checks, they would put my chest and in my stomach, and then X-ray tests, and but everything is fine. I was like, is it that the machine is not working or the system is not working? What happened? It was my thinking. The moment I activate that antidote that I'm fine, the moment I said to myself, there is nothing wrong with me, and I'm going to live to enjoy my life with full of health and everything. That moment, everything changed. I mean, that moment, everything changed. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, everything changed. I no longer feel that pain anymore. If the pain wants to come or when I feel the pain, I ignore the pain and I focus on what I'm doing because it is irrelevant to me. And then I don't even recognize anymore that the pain was even there again. Because why? I'm not giving that thing attention. There's no more attention. Likewise, your business, likewise, your wealth, likewise, your finance. It is what you give attention to, you attract. So you need to control your emotion, not to think of negativity, but to think of positivity to achieve that goal. So what you giving is what you give out. What you take in is what you give out. You can't give out what you don't have. So what are the things you're taking? So the best thing is to ignore the negativity and focus on the positivity. Do not give value to the negativity because when you give attention to it, you're giving value to it, and then it's going to affect you. But the moment you ignore it and focus, making that negativity irrelevant, then watch your life, watch your success. Once you take charge of your life, there's change. I'm telling you. So control your emotion is very important. Now, remember that Gary Kuzak says that in his book, Seeds of the Soul, he said positive emotion empowers, negative emotion dispowers. Positive emotion of happiness, excitement, love, and enthusiasm makes you feel more powerful and confident. Are you saying it? This book is powerful. But there's a negative emotion of anger, hurt, blame, weakness. Are you seeing all those errors? It affects your health. And then you not even win in business or win in whatever you're doing. You can't even save money. You can work and you're thinking of others. And when you cannot save, you are not part of the wealthy class. You can never be rich. Even if you're making lots of money, you always fall because you do not have the power of savings. Every rich man, successful man today are disciplined in saving. No matter what, I don't know how many dollars you're earning or whatsoever you earn, there must be every man that earns. Is it that somebody gives you money or you're earning something? There must be saving in it. Even if it's as low as anything, put it in an account that you won't touch until that money can have a value to do whatever it should do. That is the only means you can grow. I'm telling you. But if you cannot save, wealth is not in your doorstep. That's the truth. All right. So the next one, he said, "Hello, Mr. President." What he's trying to say here, "Hello, Mr. President," is that you are the president of your life. You are to decide the growth. You are to decide the future. You are the president of your life, not people deciding, not the people's opinion. It is you. You are self-employed. You are president. You are the one to give instructions. You are the one to accept what will come in. Everything obeys you. Everything is under you. You are the boss. You are in charge. You are to control the level of income that will come to you. If you do not like the money that is coming to you, the income, you are to change it, not the people, not the people's opinion. If you don't love the level of the income that is coming, I said to myself, when I read it, I was like, God, I've been making mistake. I actually decide my income sometimes, but I don't know why. Something changed. Why? Why? No, I want to be, I'm back. You see it? I said, I'm back. I'm taking responsibility. Now, I'm deciding my level of income per day, per month. And I will pay the sacrifice to get it. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing the way I talk? Sometimes I talk with so much boldness. The reason is because, oh gosh, mm, if your level of finance is poor, it is what you earn. If you know you are not okay with it, then you make the decision that you're not okay with it. And then the next thing is, what is the price to pay? This is the reason why it is called gold. That's the book you're reading. Then you decide it. Once you decide it that okay, I want to be earning this amount, your eyes and your spirit will tell you the day you will start earning it. If you say you want to be earning it tomorrow, your spirit will tell you it's not possible. But in 1 month, then what are the steps to take? The moment you say what are the steps to take, what I want to do, you know what happens? You prepare yourself to start working. You prepare yourself to start doing things because at the end of the day, you discover that you're not even doing anything before. You aren't doing anything. You're not busy. You're not doing anything. The moment you hit it, that okay, what will I do because I want to be earning this every month at least. I should be seeing this amount in my account every month. You start preparing yourself. You start seeing the law of attraction will start coming to you. You know what the law of attraction does? What you channeling, you start attracting. People start seeing. If it is people, you start seeing people. If it is income, whatsoever, everything will start going to the channel of what you want. Knowing that this is the amount you want to be earning every month. And if it's I want to be running hard, I want to do this, I want to do this, it's time to come out. When you have been indoor, what have been your level of income? Now, when I come out, what's gonna be the level of my income? God. My decision is my life. I make the drastical decision. I own my life. I own my destiny. I own my results. I own my income. I am the president of my life. Henceforth, I'm deciding my income. And I'm doing whatever it takes to achieve it. Those who drive the best cars don't have 10 heads. Hear me? The moment I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to myself. So I'm deciding it. I am the president of my life. Wow, I can see loved ones following. So now you decide your income and write it down. Remember that once you take responsibility, you start paying price. Everyone who is successful today pay price. You see some people waking up every morning, early morning, they work for it. They know, they make their plans. What are you working for? Oh, so you must wait for, oh, it's your choice. When you become a president, you don't wait for anybody any longer because you know that it is your fault. Now you're taking responsibility for your life. then you become more successful and you become more respected than before. All right. Okay. So that's what Mr. President said. Oh, that was a tough. That's mad. This is nice. This is great. Then the next one says your choice. You decide. You choose. You decide. You choose and you decide. You choose your friend. You decide. So, okay, let me just read a page for you and say you have you have determined your entire life up to now by the choice and decision you have made or failed to make. If there is anything in your life that you don't like, you are responsible. If there is anything that you are unhappy about, it is up to you to take the necessary step to change and improve it so it's more of you. Are we together? Now, what it's trying to say is every decision is your choice, not the people's choice. So you choose and you decide. That's what it's trying to say here because of time. I have to wrap up. All right. So it's go. This is by Brian Tracy. All right. How to get everything you want faster than you ever thought possible. Are you seeing the book by Brian Tracy? So we're in chapter 2 today. Tomorrow we're going to be discussing chapter 3. All right? Okay, so hope you're enjoying the class. Drop a comment. Like I said, subscribe to support us as well. Share for to give other people to see the value of what you're learning. You don't know that maybe you're sharing can help a lot of people who is dying, who is giving up, and so on. And then they'll say, through your message, come on, come on. This is also to encourage us to help us to build the page. All right, God bless you. All right, as we're doing this, the next one says develop your own strategy. Do you have a mentor that guides you? Every man has a strategy. Have a strategy for your finance. I'm trying to rush it now. Have a strategy for your marketing and also for people. You must have a strategy. So, what is the strategy? Develop your own strategy. All right. So, I want to be fast about this. Okay. As the president, like you said here, you are in charge. So what is the strategy you want to use in the business, in your financial life? How do you want to do it? When you make money, do you want to just spend it anyhow? So if you're making money now, do you want to be spending it anyhow? It's a choice. You are thirsty of this, you want to buy, you must buy this, like a pregnant woman, my sister that is just passing by now, pregnant, they want to eat everything. When you're pregnant, you want to eat everything. I have a family. I like playing. I have a long who just passed now and said, oh, my brother is talking to me. No, it's just a fun. I like playing with that. Okay? When they are pregnant, they want to eat everything. Oh, this is what I want. This is what I'm craving for. Now, when you're disciplined, will you eat everything that comes your way because you have the money? No. You take only what is important and then use the rest to build what is needed to be built. Discipline. You know. So develop your strategy. Strategy of how I will grow, how to manage my finance, how to manage the people, how to develop the people, how to market my business. Let me own a business. Let me do this. Okay, I'm working. What is the strategy I want to be using? My dressing code, my style. This is what makes me happy. The strategy to attract me. First of all, you are developing yourself. All right? Okay? Okay, that is it. Develop yourself. All right. Make new choice, new decision. Hmm. You can make new choice, new decision when you develop yourself, when you read books. Like now that you're listening to me, you are making new choices. Things are passing. You are getting inspiration. Ideas are coming in. Sometimes when you lack idea, the next thing to do is to read book. Like I said, when you read a book, what happens? You tap the idea of the things of the writer. If a writer is saying how to get everything you want faster, it means he has an idea already that can make you get what you want faster. So now you are reading the book to tap the idea of it, and then you will get inspirations from it. That's why every successful man say read. Now, because we are lazy, including you, we are lazy to read. What happen? We discipline ourselves to read, and that is why this channel is here for you, so that you go, oh, this means you already read chapter one. Now, this chapter one now is something that you can read in space of 10 minutes, 2 minutes. You are finished. What happened? But we are hitting the we are. This means you have gotten all the value. We take our time to hit the chapter one, the chapter two, every chapter. So automatically you have everything in your brain. So you're working with every, because when you read the book, after reading the book, everything, you can only remember 30%. But once you are listening and you're watching, you remember 50% more than what you have read. That's the truth. Okay, all right, let's have fun. So make new choices, new decisions already by deciding what you want to do. I've said it already, plan yourself, new skill, new talent, and whatsoever. No one is going to do it for you. So that's it. Then the next one is become a growth stock. I'll summarize it because of time. Become a growth stock. When you talk about this growth stock, what are we discussing here? Take your life that you're a stock. Now, when people buy the stock market, you okay. Now, every 3 months, will there be profit of 30% and above? If people invest in you, will there be development every 3 months, every 6 months, every 1 year? Ask yourself that question. So this means you are the president of yourself, you are the stock. This means, can you be growing every day? How can your stock be? If you are the stock market, if you are the stock, if you are the growth and you own the shares, can people be buying that shares? Only you knows the answer. So what happened? Become that stock that will be growing every day, every month. Make sure that there's a value of what you do every day. It's very important. Don't forget to share, like, comment, share the program, please. All right, I'm just trying to summarize it because of time. Time is up. Take the wheel of your own life. Take the wheel of your own life. Hmm. I am in charge. Let me just read something very. Okay. Refuse to whine and complain about events of the past. You cannot, which cannot be changed. Instead, orient yourself towards the future and think of what you want and where you are going. Above all, think about your goal, what you want to achieve. The very act of thinking about your goal makes you positive and purposeful again. And purpose, then watch it. It means every successful man has a goal. We discussed it last yesterday. Every successful man has a goal. The moment you have a goal and something you want to do, there's a new energy that arises. So the moment you have a goal and you have a clear goal, you will see yourself being happy. You have a business you want to do and you're seeing the plan, you will start seeing yourself being happy and the rest. So take your own life. It's a take the wheel of your own life. That's what this particular paragraph is talking about, chapter is talking about. All right, so that's it. Okay, then the next one says determine your locus of control. When it's talking about locus of control, there are internal locus of control and there's external locus of control. The internal locus of control here, talking about the positivity, you deciding your life and the rest. You accepting responsibility, decide to positive and the rest. The external is when you allow other people to judge you, when you allow other people to discuss that which you have already discussed already, determine everything. But the internal means you are to determine the factor of the result. You are in charge, you determine. But the external is you are allowing other people, every other people to decide what you will become. I'm trying to rush it because my time is up. Then the next is the golden triangle. The golden triangle talks about um, something like okay, let me just read something for you. Something like responsibility, control, and happiness. That's the three. The golden triangle: responsibility, control, and happiness. When you take responsibility and you are controlling it, what happens? The result is happiness. So that is what this is talking about. Then the last is, it is in your hand. Whatsoever you become today is you. Whatsoever you decide today is you. Whatsoever you decide is in your hand. That's what this is talking about. Then he just gave two. He said, he said, you have virtually unlimited potential. That's the truth. That's what this one is saying. And then the second one said, the second part of goal setting is for you to accept complete responsibility for your life. Now, that's what it's saying here. Complete responsibility. Okay, that is it. Then take notes. This is the final one. To take charge of your life, these are the things you just have to do. I just want to read out for you and then we'll say bye for today. That is taking charge of your life. Chapter 2 of Go by Brian Tracy. Are we good? All right. So, what are it? How to take charge of your life? This is it. One, write down, follow. Identify your biggest problem or source of negativity in your life today. In what ways are you responsible for your situation? Then the second one is, see yourself as the president of your own company. How would you act differently if you own 100% of the shares? If you see yourself as the president of your company, how would you act? Then the third one, resolve today to stop blaming anyone else for anything and instead accept complete responsibility in every area of your life. What action should be taken? Then the third one is, stop making excuses and start making progress. Imagine that your favorite excuses have no basis in fact and act accordingly. Then fifth, before the last, see yourself as a permanent creative force in your own life. You are where you are and what you are because of your own choices and decisions. What should you change in your life? Today, people like me, the first thing I need to work on is procrastination. I can procrastinate. I'm telling you. I will do this today. I will do it. I will do it. For example, my day, the whole day. Time is going and time is my investment. So, what will you change today? Is what we're trying to tell you. So the last is, resolve today to forgive everyone who has ever hurt you in a way. Let it go. Come on, let it go, because at the end, if you have not forgiven the person is controlling your happiness. And it's in a way, it's building anger inside you. But the moment you forgive, let go, you focus on your result. Are we together? You focus on getting results. You don't allow anything to control you. And because the moment you're getting angry with somebody, it's controlling your happiness. The more the anger is coming. So refuse to discuss it again. So don't discuss it again. It's gone already. Instead, get busy working on something that is important to you. That you don't have time to think about it again. This is today's topic, and how was it? Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a comment. Take charge of your life. Tomorrow we're going to be discussing create your own future. That is the chapter 3. How can you create your future? How can you determine your life? The kind of car you want to drive, the company you want to own, and whatsoever. Tomorrow is going to be so interesting. Create your own future. Wow, that's going to be powerful. All right, this is all we have today. Like I always say, life is so sweet when you take responsibility for your finance. Life is so sweet when you take responsibility of your finance. If you do not want to take responsibility for your finance, what happens? You become a slave to money. I mean, your friend Engr PAJ. God bless you. Please remember to share. like, and comment. God bless you. Don't forget to support us by clicking share and comment. God bless you. Also type in the questions. Okay.